So for today, we have the update video for the Destined one of Scales, Aelquilibra. He got one very good new card in set 5. So let's get into it. It's one very good new card and another new card, and well, a few changes to the deck in general, now that we have more stuff for Aelquilibra. Of course, we've got Aelquilibra's starter. It's just like any other overdress / divine starter. Rockton Wefer Dragon as the grade 1, obviously. When this is rode upon by Gatling Kanone Dragon, you may call this to a rearguard circle, and if you called a card, you soul charge 1. And then it has the overcharge ability on rearguard. If this unit was chosen by the ability of Aelquilibra, it gets 10,000 power. Very simple. Of course, we've got Gatling Kanone. When this is rode upon by Aelquilibra, you look at the top 3 cards of the deck, choose up to 1 grade 3 card or less from them, reveal it and put it into your hand, and put the rest on the bottom of the deck in any order. And if the revealed card had the overcharge ability, you again soul charge 1. Of course, now the Destined one of Scales, Aelquilibra. For its first effect, you Soul Blast 2, choose 3 of your rearguards, and they get an extra 5,000 power until the end of turn. If you chose 2 or more rearguards with the overcharge ability, you draw a card, and this unit gets 10,000 power. Very simple but strong ability, as this helps power up your rearguards, making for some very powerful attacks. And of course, it's Divine skill. If your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, Counterblast 1, choose 2 of your rearguards, and they get 5,000 power until the end of turn. So that again activates their overcharge abilities. So with the first skill and Divine skill combined, you can basically overcharge your whole field. And then if your opponent's damage zone has 4 or less cards, choose 1 of your opponent's Vanguards and deal it 1 damage. The increase of the power increase effect of triggers revealed by this effect damage check do not count, or well, they get a minus 10,000. However, the over trigger, it doesn't matter. You'll still get, you won't get 100 million, you'll get 99 million, or either way, you're still not getting over that unless you have your own OT. So really, this only affects normal triggers, which is fine. There's only 1 over trigger in a deck anyway. Of course, 3 more copies of Aelquilibra. That's just obvious. 2 copies of this card. We've got Panzerschreck Dragon. It has the overcharge ability. When this unit attacks, if this unit was chosen by Aelquilibra, you can Energy Blast 3, and this unit gets an extra 15,000 power until the end of that battle. And at the end of that battle, you draw a card and retire this unit. So it gets you cards. It's a very powerful attacker, and then it retires itself. So that way you can kind of protect it, as you do have ways of getting your overcharged units back from the drop. And that is, of course, with the order card to equilibrize the scales of the world. Whoops. We got 3 copies of it here. You play this with a Counterblast of 1 if you have the Vanguard Aelquilibra. Choose 2 grade 3 or less cards with different card names with the overcharge ability from your drop and call them to a rearguard circle. Very simple recovery. Of course, we've got the best rearguard in the deck. That is Drag Ritter Shalhoub. During your turn, if you have 3 or more units with the overcharge ability, this unit gets an extra 5,000 power, and then its own overcharge ability. Once per turn, when your Vanguard attacks a grade 3 or greater unit, if this unit was chosen by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Aelquilibra in its card name, you can Energy Blast 3, restand this unit, and it gets 10,000 power until the end of turn. So, in a bit of a correction, in the previous Aelquilibra deck, I might have mentioned that you can call 2 of them and restand them both. You cannot, as it is a hard once per turn effect. So yeah, there's that. But still a very good restander. all the same. And again, you have a lot of powerful attackers in this deck anyway. The new card here is Drag Ritter Badia. Here it is. When this unit is placed on the rearguard circle from hand, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. Choose up to 1 card with a different card name from this unit and the overcharge ability, or up to 1 equilibrize the scales of the world from among them once per turn, or no, from among them, reveal it to your hand and put it into your hand. Shuffle the deck. If you revealed a card, choose a card from your hand and put it into soul or discard it. And then its own overcharge ability. If this unit was chosen by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Aelquilibra in its card name, obviously this unit gets 10,000 power. Very simple effects, and it helps you get cards that you might be missing. We have an interesting one here. This is... I cannot pronounce that for the life of me. It's this dragon thing here. If you have 3 or more rearguards with the overcharge ability, this unit gets an extra 10,000 shield, which is interesting. And its own overcharge ability, if this unit was chosen by the ability of your grade 3 or greater Vanguard with Aelquilibra, it gets 10,000 power. Very simple. Of course, 2 more copies of the grade 1 from the Ride deck. Four copies of Drag Ritter Adeli, I think his name is. When this unit is placed on rearguard circle, if you have 2 or more units with the overcharge ability, counterblast 1, draw a card, and soul charge 1, and its own overcharge ability, kind of the same as all of them. If this unit was chosen by Aelquilibra, it gets 10,000 power. Here we have Aelquilibra's countercharger with the overcharge ability. When this unit boosts, if it was chosen by the ability of Aelquilibra this turn, it gets an extra 10,000 power. And then at the end of that battle, if you did not countercharge this turn, you can retire this unit and countercharge. Very simple and very good that it got a countercharger. Of course. 4 PGs, 3 of them, of course, being the Dragon Empire PGs of your choice, 1 being Elementaria Sanctitude. Again, I have Elementaria Sanctitude, I just have it in another deck, and I don't really feel like swapping stuff around like that at the moment. So, yeah. If you have Elementaria, put it in. If this is your main deck, of course. 4 non-effect crits. 3 more non-effect crits, or they can be the effect ones if you want. I prefer not in this deck, as you soul charge enough as is. For the effect fronts, four of the no effect heals. Then, of course, lastly, the Dragon Empire Overtrigger. That is it for Aelquilibra. So, yeah. Kind of a smaller video, as I said. It's kind of just a few new cards and slight ratio changes. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one, and this should wrap up actually, no, one more Destined one, and that would be Alden. So, yeah, this was the first video of the new year. I hope it was good, at least, and I hope things go well for all of you in the new year. And hopefully, things should finally start to turn around for me in the new place, and I get my new proper room. So that'll be exciting, as I'm no longer going to be sitting on the floor, and we're not going to be shoved in a little bookcase cubbyhole here. So, yeah, I'll see you next time.